Om Shanti. Affectionate greetings to all of you who have joined us this Monday evening for our regular online session of practical meditation. The usefulness, the resourcefulness of meditation in our daily life. And this evening, the session will be facilitated by Rupa Patel. And Rupa is the coordinator of the Point Cook Brahma Kumaris Center. So many of you will be knowing Rupa from that role she plays. So the topic she is going to share with us this evening is the art of self-transformation. And art suggests creativity, doesn't it? And I suppose creativity is something that we don't think about so much in reference to our thoughts, but our thoughts and our words and our actions all relate to the creativity of the inner self. And I guess you could even say the control room of the self. So Rupa says that the art of self-transformation is a conscious journey of evolving one's thoughts, one's behaviors, and one's identity, evolving it, emerging it. It requires deep introspection, resilience, and a commitment to personal growth, a real interest in our own personal growth. Through self-awareness and intentional action, we reshape our inner world to align with our highest potential. So let's see what Rupa Ben is going to share with us this evening in relation to that description, the art of self-transformation. So Rupa's a spiritual motivational speaker and a meditation teacher. She has over 20 years' experience of living and teaching these skills. So now I will welcome Rupa onto the screen, and we will share together a meditation which gives us just an opportunity of all to be together on the same zone and to be thinking along the same lines, so we can join together, which is a very nice experience. And then Rupa will share with us her thoughts on this topic, and after that we will have the interaction time, when you will share with us your thoughts on it. If you have any questions, we're happy for you to ask those, and we use the medium of the chat box. So welcome again. Thank you for joining us, and over to you, Rupa.
Thank you so much. It's my pleasure and honor to be here with you all today. So, Sister Jackie, just want to know, shall we start with the meditation or we start with the session?
We start with the meditation,
Okay.
and we have that as a recorded one.
Yeah.
And so that will go for about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then straight after that, we will
Yeah.
be listening to you. Great pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Then we will start this session with the meditation.
Meditation 1. Stepping inwards. I relax. I relax my body completely and gently, very gently, I step into silence. I step inside myself. And in the silence, I disconnect from the things around me. I relax. I am still. And for the next 10 minutes, I will remain inside myself. I will remain in this silence, concentrating and keeping myself disconnected from all the things around me. Taking this journey inward, I wish to know myself. I want to be with myself and not think of anything else. Beyond worry, beyond fears, beyond the noises of the outside, I become still. Gently, I concentrate, and I ask myself, who am I? Who am I really? Am I this name, this body, this nationality? Or is there something more to my existence? In the silence, I focus my mind and concentrate on the center of my forehead. And as I focus, I visualize a point of light, a point of eternal energy. I understand. I am this light. I am this point of spiritual energy. I am here. I am the soul, a point of living light, the spiritual being. This is who I am. And as I journey deep, very deep within myself, I remember, I realize that I have great resources, great power within myself. I am a soul, and inside me lies all my experiences, my identity, and all the things I need to make my life happier and more peaceful. Who am I? I am a spiritual being, a point of eternal light. I let these thoughts penetrate my mind. I concentrate on these thoughts completely. I am a soul. I am immortal energy. I am peace. Peace is my original strength. Within myself, I visualize a pool of energy. This energy is the energy of peace. I go deeper and deeper within my peace. I remain in this experience. I remain within this consciousness. My original and deepest quality is of peace. Peace is my original nature. Peace is my original strength. And the deeper I go into myself, the deeper I go into my original peace. I am no longer distracted by all the things outside me. I remain in this consciousness. There is only peace, only silence. Peace and silence. I feel myself becoming free. I feel myself becoming stronger. I feel myself becoming lighter, stable. As my thought, so my consciousness. I allow this thought and this feeling of pure peace and harmony to flow throughout my being. Now, peace flows through me. Peace, harmony, freedom belong to me. I am strong. I am full. I am content. I am in peace. Now in this silence, I am completely inside, very quiet, very still. I am at one with myself. I find contentment. I am at peace. I begin to remember myself. I begin to understand myself. I begin to accept myself. And as I remember, and as I accept, I respect my original being, and love emerges. I feel confident. I feel secure. I feel there is a great stability now. There is strength, and there is the power to create a life of quality, a life of meaning, a life of purpose. I have found my focal point, my inner compass to direct my external life. And as I remain here, inside, I ask myself, where do I come from? In the stillness, I hear the silence. I listen, and I realize that my original home is very, very far from this world of sound, of time, of matter. I come from a world of eternal light, a world of silence, a world of peace. That is my home. This is where I come from. And with my thought, I travel upwards to the world of liberation, the world of nirvana. Let me remain in this consciousness of the self, of the peaceful self, and the peaceful home. Peace, harmony, and silence. Let me remain here. Peace and silence. Only silence.
Good evening once again, and it's my pleasure and joy to be here with you today. And it will be a session of self-transformation where we try to do some interactive. We can explore our inner world. Like we say that our life will not get better by chance, but it will get better by change. So, what I feel when I was thinking about this session, the art of self transformation, it's like just if you have any kind of a problem with your car, you will go for a mechanic. And if you have any kind of a diseases or discomfort in your body, you will book a doctor's appointment. And if you have any kind of electric problems, you will call electrician. In a similar way, if we want to change ourselves the better version, I think we go for the experts who have that knowledge and then experience, like doctor, mechanic, and the plumber and the electrician. In the same way, if we want to change ourselves, so definitely we need the self information and the proper knowledge of inner mechanism. And then sometimes it's just not only the knowledge, but we need the practice. This self transformation, there are two words. There is one is the self, second one is the transformation, or we could call it as a change. So we have already completed, today is the 7th July. So imagine we have already completed the 6th month of 2025. So if you could remember, in the new year, many of us have made the promise to self what we want to change in the new year, on every birthday, on anniversaries, or some kind of occasions, or on the eve of New Year, we try to make some kind of promises to ourselves and others, like what kind of a changes we are going to have in this new year. So my question is, what about those promises? Are you able to keep them? Or it was sometimes whatever kind of a change we want in our life, it lasts only very short period of time. Sometimes people change due to the circumstances, or due to the other people, or external circumstances. But that change will not last longer. But that transformation is just not about the changes, but it is getting the better version of ourselves, or shedding the mental blockages or the belief system that we can't change. So this is the continuous process of self-awareness and then self-transformation. So like it's just like a caterpillar. Caterpillar can't uh, fix itself. So it has to surrender to the process of transformation. Then it can become a beautiful butterfly. In a similar process, in this session, we try to understand what kind of a changes we want to have in our life. There may be several areas of changes. First of all, you can think and you can note and you can plan something, because it's just not the lecturing. It's just interaction, whatever kind of a thoughts I have on the self-transformation, just sharing my insights with you. So, first of all, what kind of a changes we want to have in our life at present? It may be in a physical well-being, what you want to change in our life. If you have some pen and paper, if it is possible, please try to note down that. But it will give you some kind of insight. What do you actually want to change in yourself? First thing is the physical, the well-being of your physical fitness. What do you want to change? Any kind of a habit which will improve your health. And the second thing is your inner personality. What kind of a habits or what kind of things you want to include in your life. Sometimes when we talk about the change or transformation, we always think about what I have to leave. No. You can think about what you can add in your life. It's just not about quitting it, but you can add some healthy things also. So the first area is the physical fitness. Second is your inner personality. What kind of a behavior, what kind of a nature, what kind of a attitude you want to have towards yourself and others. And the third thing is what kind of a changes you want to have in your home. Positive. And what kind of changes you want to have in your professional life. These 4 areas, I would say that. So, whenever changes happen or whenever we try to change something, there may be, I think we can handle change in 4 different kinds of way. The first thing is change. First, introspect, take a little time and see in your life what you want to change, what needed to be changed. So when you introspect and have the whole, different kind of that positive energy and the attitude, you can see what actually needed to be changed and change it. There are few things you can change. And another thing is there are some circumstances and the people are there. You can't actually change them. Not the people, not the situations. The only option left is to accept. First is the change. If you can change. And the second thing is to accept. When you can't change, accept. Like because we all have a different kind of upbringing. We have different kind of belief system. We have different kind of experiences and different kind of ways to handle the situations. So people and the situation will not going to change, but I have to increase the power to accept the people and the situation as they are. The accepting doesn't mean that I quit the trying. No, I will have my efforts, but I accept the truth. What is happening? Actually, I will be more on solution-oriented attitude. Acceptance means I have increased my inner powers to accept the situation and the people as they are. Like it's just like when you do some cooking, there are a lot of veggies in your kitchen. There may be chilies, there may be lemon, there may be tomatoes, different kind of veggies we have. But if I try to fight with lemon, why are you like this? Why are you in a round shape? Why are you in a color of yellow or some green? So it will not going to change. The shape will not turn into round into square. The taste will remain the same. So just I have to accept what it is, how it tastes. And I have to increase my knowledge that through this lemon, I'm going to have the vitamin C. So I can't change that person in the situation, but I accept that, okay, this is happening. Then I will find some solutions how to overcome this, how I can protect myself. And the third thing is, there are some situations where you can't change, where you can't accept. There are some very difficult situations, like maybe very extreme situations, maybe in office or in a home. So if there is a very bad kind of a environment, or some person is having a very grudges according to regarding you, and there are some kind of trouble he's started with you. So the thing is, when you can't change, you can't accept the situation, the best thing is to protect yourself. You can remove yourself from that situation if possible. You don't have to tolerate that injustice. No, there is no need. So you have to take a first think properly, and take the decision which is not based on any emotional state. If your mind and your intellect is in a very good quality of stability, then you can take that step. If you can't change, or you can't accept that situation or the people, rather than suffering yourself in that situation, having that pain, better if it is very extreme situations, you can take the steps. Or you can, if there is a problem in your office and you are not able to handle that, you tried everything and it is not going to work, so you take the third step. Just try to apply in another company, and if you got another job, just leave this. So there are, in meditation we have gradually we have the 8 powers, and there are so many powers which are actually opposite powers. One is the acceptance, like tolerance. You have to know when to tolerate and when to face the situations, when you can take step back, when you can move forward. These spiritual powers actually is all about, you could say that, the balance. Life is all about the balance, recognizing your powers, your weaknesses, and trying to overcome them. So in a similar way, the one is to change, second is to accept, third is, if you can't able to handle that situation and the people, you don't have to tolerate, just you remove yourself from that situation. And the fourth thing is, sometimes we are not able to remove ourselves from that situation or that with that person. Like if you are having a, like I said, you have some kind of a difficulties in your professional life, but you need that job very badly. You can't change, you are not getting any kind of other opportunities, but you need that money. You actually, for at least for some time, you have to be there. You have to work. You have to fulfill your other responsibilities. So the fourth thing is to arise above from all those situations and all those persons' behavior and attitude. What can we do is, I know it's a very difficult solution, but we can do is, we can't change that person in the situation, but we can do is, we can increase our inner abilities, we can increase our inner strength, and through knowledge and with practice, when we rise above all these situations and the people, you can handle anything. So there is, always there is some kind of a situation in the people in our life, and there is no kind of a guarantee that if you leave this job, you will have some another job. Your situations are going to be very good. You can't guarantee it, but sometimes you have to increase your inner strength. So how can we increase our inner strength? There are so many things in our life, like how many of course, everyone has seen the ocean and visited it. So we have to be like an ocean. The ocean has so many good qualities, like ocean is very deep. It is very vast. See, the transformation starts from the acceptance. Like the ocean, I remember one time what happened is, we visited so many of, one group is visiting the ocean, and there were one couple, and then the husband went for a swim, and due to some kind of a difficulties or something happened, and he lost his life on that shore. And then the wife was very devastated, and due to that pain and the suffering, on the shore she wrote on the sand, "Ocean is a murderer. He stole my husband from me." She wrote that. And after a few steps, and again there was one fisherman. In the same time, he got a good catch of a fish, and he was so happy. And when he came back to the shore, he write on the sand that the ocean is my maintainer. He's the one my giving the life. So he wrote that on the shore. And the third thing, there were two boys, and they were playing near the water. And then the one wave came and took away his shoes. And the boy was so disturbed, he wrote on that sand, "The ocean is a thief. He stole my shoes." And then after some time, there were one old man who was walking on the shore, and then he got a oyster, and he opened it, and there were beautiful pearls in it, and he was so happy. He wrote on the sand that the ocean has a big heart. And after that, a very big wave came and wiped all the things whoever wrote on that shore on the sand. See, actually what happening is, the people are going through, it's not about you, it's about their experiences, their expectations, whether you fulfill it or not. See, if somebody says something good about you without any kind of perception, and accept it gracefully. And some people say some bad about you. If there is any kind of a one single trace of truth in it, embrace it. Try to sort it out. Maybe apologize or make it right. But if it's not about you, it's about the people and their perception. So if you are right, so try to strengthen have a belief system. Have faith in yourself. Why can't we change ourselves? Have you ever thought about that? We try to change. We give our time and energy sometimes. But after a very short period of time, we are not able to transform ourselves. It feels very difficult to change ourselves because, first of all, we don't have the knowledge of importance of changing. Why do I need to change? Because suppose if you have a flight to India after 2 days, you will never forget it. You would never say, oh, I forget. No. Definitely you make plans and preparations, you take actions, but you will never forget you have a flight on the second day of this. In a similar, because we know that if we miss that flight, there is a huge loss. Time, energy, money, everything. The plans will be collapsed. And everything, there is a loss of everything. So if we want to change anything, any small step in our life, first we have to realize why do I need this change? Why I want this change in my life? It's just not like making the false promises to the self. Okay, I will change from Monday, from this day, from that day. No. If we really want to change, first we have to understand the importance of change. Why do I need this change? What it is going to change in my whole life. If we know the importance, definitely we are going to change. And the second thing is change happens when we have the inner strength. Unless we have the strength, the positive strength, we can't change ourselves. And the third thing, what I felt is today, why can't we change? Because we have a very, maybe you may not agree with me, I think we lack the self-respect. Because when we say the change, definitely we are aiming to improve ourselves. It's the better version of ourselves. So if we are not taking any kind of steps to change ourselves, it means I don't have that self-respect for myself. Otherwise, if you have some respect for others, definitely you take the proper steps with the behavior or the conduct or the actions. You want to give them the comfort, you want to give them the respect and everything. So if we are not able to change ourselves, it means somehow we are in our comfort zone. We are supporting our weaknesses and we have actually have the lack of self-respect. Or we don't give much time to ourselves to understand the inner mechanism, what my soul needs, what changes I want to have in my life. So the planning and the strategies. If we have this, we can do it. It's just not about the willpower. Sometimes we have optimum willpower, but it needs the practice, it needs the consistency. Like somewhere I read that when you water the bamboo seeds, so it takes nearly 4 years. You can't see any kind of development in that. But in the 5th year, only I think in 90 days, uh, the bamboo tree will shoot up nearly to 90 feet. So sometimes you're giving your time, energy, and everything, and we actually are habited to have the instant results. It takes, because our habits are, the bad habits have deep rooted. So it took nearly a lot of time to have that kind of habits. So it's not going to change in overnight. So we need to, actually what we need is, we need to increase we have to set back, and then we have to we have to connect our 7 innate qualities. If we increase this, the transformation is not far away from us. There is 7 values of the soul, innate qualities of the soul: love, peace, bliss, knowledge, power, purity, and happiness. If we increase this, what kind of a transformation we want to have, that's not far away. And not only the 7 values of the inner quality, but we can, through meditation and the introspection, through that we can connect to ourselves first, and we can connect to the Supreme Being. Through that we can gain the 8 powers. These 8 powers are the solution to our every problem. These 8 powers are, first is to power to tolerate, having the patience, having the inner strength, positive attitude. And the second thing is to accept. Accept means to have that flexibility where you have to stop, where you can have that attitude of being strong. And accept doesn't mean that you are giving chance to injustice or anything. No. Accept means you are preparing yourself for the worst situations. You are solution oriented. And the third thing is, we have the power to examine or discriminate what is right and what is wrong. And the fourth power is to power to judge. As our whole life is dependent on our decision. Whatever today we are is based on our past decisions. So meditation gives the stability to mind and the intellect, where we can take the proper and the right decision on the right time. And the fifth power is power to face. See, the first power is to tolerate, and the fifth power is to face. It gives the power to conquer any kind of situation, or you will have that courage and the faith in yourself that you can overcome any kind of a situation. If you can change the situation. If you can't, you will accept. If not, and the third solution, as we discussed, we remove ourselves. And the fourth, if we can't remove ourselves from that kind of situation in the place, we will rise above. And the next power is to cooperate. So it increases our success in organization, in professional life, or in family. And the seventh power is to power to withdraw. This is the power where you know that where you have to step back. It's a natural control of your inner self, not only on your body, but your in thought power, and then your intellect and your habits. It's a kind of a withdrawing and moving forward. And the last power is to power to back up. Life is a journey. We don't know when is our last stop, when is our last breath. But before that, it gives us a chance where we can accumulate the blessings, where we can remove the baggages of the past, but we can move forward in our journey, where the journey will be not only the destination, but the journey will be very beautiful. So if we understand our inner system, then we can do wonders actually. There are so many things like people say usually that whenever they have the ice creams, they say, please eat before it melts. Ice cream also melts, and candle also melts. But there is a two different aspects. Ice cream is for the self, but when the candle melts, it gives the light to others. Both melts. So it's depending on us what kind of a thing we want to have in our life. Life is just like a tree. Tree has a three sections. One is the roots, which are actually invisible. Roots are deep and nourishing, and depending on the roots, the tree will stay. Tree will stay healthy or unhealthy. In our life, there are three sections. One is the root, second is the trunk, third is the crown of that tree. In a similar way, we are trying to manage and this change the crown of that tree, but we are ignoring the roots. So what we have to do is we want to change the outcome, the transformation. We have to get back to the roots. We have to strengthen the roots. What is the roots? Roots are the self connection, connecting to the self, connecting to the supreme power, and fulfilling ourselves with the values and the powers, and that kind of a knowledge which can empower us and which can lead to a very healthy and happy life. So the roots are invisible. What is going in your inner world, nobody can understand and nobody can identify. The only thing we can do is we can give some time to ourselves so we could strengthen our roots. I mean, giving the introspection, having me time, and identifying what is causing the trouble in my life, what kind of a habits, old habits, is creating the havoc in my life. So I have to understand what kind of a habits which are causing problem for myself. So what needed to be changed and why I need to change. So if I am able to understand that, identify that. So if I could able to identify my weakness, and I can increase that opposite positive power, then I can only transform myself. So first focus on the roots, give some time, and don't try to change overnight. You have to give some time, and then you have to consistently give yourself that attention, and then empower yourself with the positive power and the roots. And our trunk is, which is visible, our actually the you could say that our trunk is, you could say that our physical well-being, emotional well-being. And if we are strong in this area, we can survive any kind of hurricanes and the storms. And the crown of the tree, see, crown of the tree has the leaves, flowers, and the fruits. Outcome of inner personality is our outer personality. I mean, our behavior, our actions, our success, my attitude toward the people in the society. I mean, overall, my outer personality and inner personality reflect the outer personality. Whatever kind of things I am having in my life is actually, first thing is to connect with the roots. Second is to have that giving the contribution. And the third thing is to give back. Whatever I have in myself, if I give back, it's just like a tree gives back in the form of flowers and the fruits. So it's my time to give back that. So Self-transformation means actually you can identify how many there are leakages we have. There are few things we do in our life which drains our energy. It may be overthinking. It may be overindulgence of social network. Or there are some people, they discourage you. Or lack of self-respect. So I feel that if we can identify those areas and we have to work, like if you have any kind of a deficiency in the body, doctor prescribes some kind of vitamins and these things, medicines. If you take that regularly in 1 or 2 months, you will recover your energy. In a similar way, we have to identify what kind of a disease is going through me. And I have to fulfill with that with a different kind of a values and virtues. I can overcome with that kind of a situation. So these are the few things I came up with, and that's all. So if you want, or if you want to ask something, and over to Jackie's sister. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, Rupa. That was really interesting that how you were developing the resources, the internal qualities and resources, which is kind of a soul-based understanding of a soul-based control room, where we can respond to situations resourcefully, like looking at our resources that we have and a soul-based qualities that we have. So often we talk about soul consciousness, and sometimes people say, what does that mean? And it's referring to and responding from those resources of soul-based qualities. I thought you brought that out very nicely. So there any questions? First of all, any questions from any of our fellow beings? So if you would mind putting in the chat. Okay, here's the first question. How best to manage our thoughts and attitudes about ourselves? You've given many hints, so maybe you have to expand on one of those.
See, whatever we feel, it's based on the quality of thoughts. We nearly create, I think, according to our medical research, we nearly create 60 to 80,000 thoughts in a single day. It depends upon what quality of thought we are having. It leads to that kind of a state of mind. We have to see what kind of a pattern I am having in the thoughts. It may be lead to waste. Sometimes waste thoughts have the tendency to turn into negative thoughts. Thoughts are influenced by three things. One is our past experience. Whatever good and bad kind of experience I have, it affects my thinking presently. And the second thing is my belief system. I have already believed that this is going to happen. This person is like that. That kind it may be related to any kind of religion. It may be related to any kind of person or the situation. Third thing which influences our thought is our input, information, what kind of information I'm gathering in the whole day. These three things actually influence my present state of mind, mean quality of thoughts. If you want to change the outcome, you have to go back to roots. You have to check, keep an eye on your thought quality. What kind of a quality of thoughts I am creating? Give attention and stop it. You can revise it and you can see this is not going to help me in any way. So let's try something different other than waste and negative. Suffered a lot, but let's try something very different. Let's have that self-respect. If I have a watch on my quality of thoughts leads to feeling leads to attitude leads to behavior leads to action leads to personality. It's a full circle of the thoughts to personality. So you want to change something, change the quality of thoughts, have attention on them. Just like you don't want to have a waste your money on something which is very expensive. If needed, it's okay. If unnecessary, you try to save it. In a similar way, thought is our wealth. State of mind depends upon the quality of thoughts. Just you check the quality of thoughts, your attitude, behavior, action, and personality will definitely naturally change. We don't have too much. We don't have to do much. We have to keep on the quality of thoughts.
And may I add that in meditation, when we concentrate on those soul qualities, which Rupa said to you, there's peace and love and bliss, happiness, purity, power, authenticity. When we switch our thoughts and base them on those, that's one way of controlling our thoughts, is to think on those qualities, which are what we concentrate on during our meditation. Right?
Yeah, right, definitely right.
There's some more. So you talked about lack of self-respect, and you mentioned that there as well. You were saying that to have the respect of others, to give respect to others, must come from respect for yourself. And so otherwise, if you're critical of yourself, you'll be critical of others. So the realization I found of what the effect on others and my attitude to others that comes from my thinking about myself really made me pay attention to changing. So how I'm acting on myself is how I will think about others. Right? So anything else to add about our self-respect, Rupa?
Yeah, I think because you see, when we interact with some other people, so we have that kind of energy that, okay, I mean, I will behave with others. I will try to make them comfortable. I will try to understand them. I will give my time and energy to other people. And this is a kind of a respect when we give to others. So, I mean, if we want, this is a kind of paying respect to others. So, first of all, if I have that firm faith in myself, my self respect is not dependent on the other opinion and the other perception, or nor my role, or my wealth, or physical accessories, but it is depending upon my, based on my truth, that is, I am that kind of live and eternal energy which is filled with the love, peace, bliss, and these are my good qualities. Like, if these are my real qualities, therefore where I feel comfortable with these powers and the values. So what I feel is, this self-respect is, sometimes we become very hard on ourselves. We don't give much time to ourselves. We don't consider our feelings. We don't try to understand that. First, we need to have little bit of mercy on ourselves. Have the faith that no, you can do that. If some people come disheartened to you and they share you they share their problem with you, and you become very compassionate with them. You give them the words of bravery, support, and everything. If we can give that to other people, and why can't we give to ourselves? Sometimes we become very hard to ourselves, but we need literally the little bit of love and care to ourselves. Have that firm faith in ourselves that we can succeed. It's not just illusionary, but we have to accept our weaknesses. but we have to work on our strength. So what I feel is we can do that. Have a little faith and love for ourselves.
Work on our strengths. Yes, very nice advice. So here's another one. I understand change is required, but I keep resisting to change. How does one overcome the internal resistance to
Okay.
change?
Because why we resist the change is we are in a very comfort zone. In our comfort zone, we don't want to expose to that change. Because change can be, we see change as a discomfort. But if we try to look about the change as kind of an opportunity, it can give me a different kind of a perception. It can give me a different kind of a chances. It can increase my strength and abilities. And therefore, I think the fear, the fear of failure, therefore we don't want to change. That fear keeps us resisting the change. If we see as an opportunity, we see as a step for progress, I think we definitely try to do that. Because life is the only permanent thing. Change is permanent, otherwise everything is non-permanent.
Earlier you said that to resist change, it may be that we think we have to give something up, so we might lose something of it. So we value that. That was the resistance one. So then okay, I understand change is required, but I keep resisting to change. How does one overcome the internal resistance? That was that question. It's been asked twice, so someone thought it was very important in their life. Is there any other comment you want to make on it?
I think until and unless we try something new, we are not going to have that kind of experience. Because what I told you is this about the fear. Fear of failure and what people think about me. If I was not able to do that, people going to criticize, people going to gossip, and they are going to do this and that. But I think if I have that firm faith in me, the self-respect and the self-appreciation, if I don't see that situation as a challenge, but the opportunity. So until and unless we try something new, we are not going on that path.
Okay. Yes. Okay. This question is, can you explore how meditation will help me with this transformation?
Okay. See, just like light has a source. Maybe it depends on the solar energy. It may depend upon the electricity. There are different kind of energies which are the source of light. In a similar way, darkness has a no source. Darkness is the absence of light. In a similar way, if we want to change ourselves, or we have in meditation is the one thing where you connect with the according to a psychology, wherever our mind goes or which kind of a thought it creates, that kind of a energy flow within us. Like in meditation, what we do is we actually go inside and connect it to our inner self, and which is full of love, peace, bliss, knowledge, power, purity, and happiness. When we understand ourselves, meditation is a process of charging ourselves with the Supreme, connecting with self and the Supreme. And the supreme energy is the ocean of love, peace, bliss, knowledge, and power. What we need in our life is the peace and the happiness, power, and the strength. Like your mobiles. We use mobiles due to there are a lot of work we can do through mobiles, but it needs the charging. Whenever it is discharged, it takes nearly 15 to 20 minutes of charging. We connect with the power and then it is charged. You can work through it. In a similar way, meditation is the process of connecting with the supreme power where your mind goes and connect to that supreme power, ocean of love, ocean of peace, or ocean of power. There you gain the whole energy and the feeling. The main thing is the feeling, and the feeling is very peaceful and very powerful. And that feeling gives you the power to connect and to change yourself. So, meditation does the wonder, but it is not a one time thing. You have to take at least, I read somewhere that if you just give at least minimum 10 minutes of your daily of social media to your meditation, change into meditation for 10 minutes, it can create, I read in that research, 90% of your waste thoughts and negative thoughts and any kind of anxiety and tension decreases. This is the medical research which I was sharing with you. So because it's work on the thought process, so it changes the quality of thoughts which leads to state of your mind. So meditation does the wonders. So just you have to practice this daily for minimum 10 minutes of time, at least for 21 days you can try it. You can see the changes. And 10 minutes is not a big deal.
It's recognizing and experiencing the reinforcement of those qualities of the soul that are ours with the Supreme Soul, who is then the epitome of, or the pure form, the ocean you called it, is the ocean of all those qualities. To identify our qualities with those qualities of the Supreme empowers them, reinforces them. So that's very, very nicely said. Very nicely said. Let me see. Overcome that. That, yes. So, as you were saying then, meditation and concentrating on those qualities of the self empowers and strengthens that inner self. And you were referring a lot to we need to strengthen those inner resources. And this becomes resilience, right? So, anyone else have a question or a comment? Let me see, am I missing anything? Mhm. All right, we've just talked about meditation. Would you like to join us in meditation? Shall we ask Sister Rupa to lead us in a meditation? Would that be all right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's do that. Oh, hang on, there's someone with a hand up here. Kulvabai, can you be unmuted? You want to ask something? A new message, okay. Okay. So someone is asking whether the session is recorded. Sister Rupa, and we have recorded the session. So they would like to listen to it again. So we can arrange that. Right, shall we move on to the meditation then, Rupa?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's explore this few minutes of silence where you can sit comfortably. Allow your thoughts try to breathe slowly. For a few minutes. Let thoughts flow. Just observe whatever thought comes into your mind. Connect to your inner self, who really you are. Not just this body, name, role, or the positions you have. I am the very peaceful being, the energy, which is very powerful and peaceful. I have my inner mechanism, the mind, which create the thoughts. My second faculty is intellect, which evaluate those thoughts and take decisions. And the third facility of is resolve or sanskars. So make yourself light. Try to identify your strength. There are a lot of good qualities in you. Like caring for other people, helping others in need, always seeing goodness in everyone, appreciating the others, being flexible. You have the immense power to accept, to change, or sometimes to withdraw back or rise above from all the situations and the people. Having that positive strength in yourself. Connecting to the supreme power. His all energy and blessings are in the form of light, which is entering my soul. If like light is ignited, darkness naturally goes away. In a similar way, the Supreme Being is with me for the time being. Maybe I have my past habits, but I'm in the protection of Supreme. He has that supreme power. If I take one step ahead, just one step, He's there for me for 1,000 steps. It is His promise. Unconditionally, He loves me. He has that faith in me. So now onwards, I will see every challenge as an opportunity to grow. What I want in my life, I start to give it away. At least make one strong, positive change in yourself today. Add one good habit. Make promise for the self. You have all the blessings of Supreme. Stay in this awareness for a second. You're a very powerful and peaceful soul, which can achieve anything. Oh, Shanti. Thank you so much for this opportunity to be with you all.
Thank you, everyone. Been lovely being with you all, and thank you, Rupa. You've given us a lot of things to think about, and it's
Yeah,
been
it's my
very
pleasure.
valuable. Very valuable. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Good night. Good night,
We
everyone.
say good night, everyone. Sleep well.